Okay, let's go live. This is James Maduke speaking. Make sure we got some sound. We do. Everything's good here. I do have a little bit of a cold today, so if I do cough a little bit, I apologize. I might take a sip of water. I wanted to do this one quickly today because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through 20 templates, and these are email templates that you should never forget about if you want to sell more courses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, the reason I'm doing this is because I just finished a complete email series using these templates for a customer who's just launching a course and a membership site or community site that we've built. And it's so important. I just want to go through them and share kind of the 20 templates that you need and the process of how this all fits in. So if you're an online course creator, you're building out your campus, your learning campus, your community, you want to make sure that you're got all of your T's crossed and I's dotted. You're going to want to watch this. And again, if you haven't already liked to subscribe to the channel, please do. All sorts of great resources at trainingsites.io for you. And I'll include a link to these templates, and also we build them with you if you're one of the members there as well. So here's what I'm talking about. There is an actual kind of process that happens when you are going to either, and this can be a YouTube video as well. It doesn't have to be a course. It can be a community site. It's any kind of your digital assets that that you're sharing with people or sharing with the people that you're trying to influence or enroll or try and have as students, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go quickly through the process, and then we'll get directly into the templates and some examples, and then something you're going to have to think about after you have the templates, which I'll cover in the next video. So here's what this is all about. And I just want to go make sure and have I'm going to do my best to do the notes, and I'll go quickly through these, but just to give you an idea of how this works. So let me just get my notes up in front of me here. I just want to make sure we're in the right place, and then I'll show you the screen on how all of this works, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we go. These are the 20 most common ones that you're gonna do, and let's go through a little bit of the process first. So I think we'll do that. So you got your course, you created your course content, you put this all together, and you're thinking, okay, now will people come and buy my course? The answer, of course, is no, they're not going to come buy your course. They don't know about it, so you're going to have to start promoting it. So I'm assuming a couple things that you've got set up. One of them, and you have to have this, is if you're doing your own promotion to start with, you're going to have some kind of email automation software or tool. And this can be one that works on your WordPress site. It can be a third-party service that is just specifically for email automation, or it can be built into the service that you're using to host and manage your site or your content. So it doesn't matter which one it is. Almost all of them that I'm aware of now allow you to have some kind of email automation. So you're going to have one of those after you've created your course. So I'm assuming you got your course created, you got your lessons created, it's all there. What you need to do is set up this tool. And I'm going to show you two examples. One is called ActiveCampaign. The other one is Fluent CRM. ActiveCampaign is one that works as a third-party service. And then Fluent CRM is the one that I use now and recommend now that works directly on your WordPress site. So you're going to have to set up that tool. That's the other thing that's important, of course. And then, once you've chosen that one, what happens is you're going to have some kind of opt-in page. And I've been talking in the small biz, the campus blueprint map, is that that opt-in or the deciding how you promote it. The big thing again is building the list, right? So this is either an opt-in for a teaser, a free course, a free lesson, but you're going to have and make sure that you've created your opt-in page. And one of the ways to do that, and maybe I'll just show you quickly. Here's one that we use on a regular basis. And what I'll do is let me just open this one up so that you see it. This one right here, this one is called WP Funnels. And here's just an example of how one looks. And this is a templated page that works directly on WordPress in our site. However, if you're using, for example, any of the email services like ActiveCampaign, or maybe some of the other services like Teachable or Thinkific, for example, they include page builders with opt-ins. but here's just an example of how one would work. And what happens is this is a templated page that does a little bit of the selling for you. And this is just an example of how the template works. And again, you would use the page builder or page editor here. And this particular one, again, you can brand it with your own colors and stuff, but you'll get the idea here. There's a landing page and a thank you page. So we're going to have some kind of language page where we're doing a little bit of the selling. And if you go through pages like this, any of these templates, you'll see that there's usually a problem. Here's the problem that we're talking about. Here's a little bit of background information or about the expertise that's there, and providing a little bit of a solution, what's involved. And then ready to start, an option or a call to action, some FAQs, success stories for social proof, limited time offer, so there's some scarcity there, but this is just an example of it, and you would add call to action or buttons to either sign up for a free course, or if it's sales page, purchase the course. But after that happens, there's another step, right? On this one, we've got a thank you page, and there might be an upsell here or a downsell based on whether or not they purchased or not. But these kind of things all start a sales process. This is where people start getting involved. You either win or lose here, but you have an email you've sent to people. Now what happens after this is done? You maybe sent them to this first page. What happens? You have to have a whole series of pieces in place that either follow up and or work with this particular sales process that you're setting up. And if you don't have it, you got to map this out. You got to create a map. And here's some of the examples of some of the things that you're doing after the fact. And I'm going to give you 20 templates, and these are sequences of emails that you should have templated out before you do all of the promotion. Don't do this after. Make sure that you have it now. And you're going to use tools like ChatGPT and some of the other ones that we've talked about to actually create these sequences. And we'll do that in another video. But I wanted to tell you just some of the sequences you have to consider. So get a pen and paper, write these ones down, and I'll show you how they kind of work after I go through them quickly. So here's the first one you want to do. Let me step back for 1 second, because there's 3 different parts of when you need to do them. The first part is stuff that happens before the sale. So these are sequences that are going to be sent to people to introduce the course or the video, or to get them to buy it, or get them into the start of the sales process. There's ones that are during the sales process, and there are ones that are after the sales process. So there's a group of templates for before, ones for while they're doing it, and ones for when they're finished or not doing it. So here's an example of some of the ones that you can do. The first one is a welcome sequence. These are ones for new people, for example. You should have a set sequence of email templates that you can cut and paste, putting the appropriate content for the product or service that you're selling for a welcome one. So this is just an introduction to your brand, your offerings, your background, who you are, and these are about knowing, liking, and trusting, getting people to understand who it is and why it's important. You're going to want to have a sequence put together for any free courses or tutorials that you do. So build a template. Don't come up with a new email every time. Have a set template and structure using tools like ChatGPT and Claude to have the level of authenticity, the style of content, but have a template ready for this and have a sequence set up to introduce those. You may want one for a course launch, which is going to be dramatically different than giving away a free course, for example. You may have ones that are ones for an onboarding one. Let's say they bought one. What happens after they bought it? You should have a sequence of emails that go out that guide them through the course or through the membership site, but it's a sequence of emails that are all automated. You may want to have one specifically if they don't buy. Let's say you sent them, but they never opted in. You have their email address, but they never opt into the new offer or lead page you sent them to. Or maybe they did go to that, but they didn't end up buying something from you. You want to seek enough emails to follow up with them specifically. What about if they didn't answer your email, or they didn't click on the email, or they haven't responded to you in a while? You want to have a sequence of a template or a sequence of emails that are all about a re-engagement, like they didn't respond. So how do we get them engaged again? You want to have maybe an upsell or a cross-sell one. So for example, if they did opt in for a free course, after they opt in, you may want to have a series of messages that says, hey, because you opted in, here's some other things that you may want to consider. Or, hey, you didn't opt in, here's something a little bit less, or a starter course or a starter platform or download that may be a bit of a downsell, or a cross-sell is another service, for example. So you may want to have a series of emails that are about student success stories. So if you have people that have gone through a course or people that have downloaded your product or service, you may want to send them a sequence of stuff that's happened for these people so that they know what's going on. You may want to have a course completion sequence, a template of emails that go out if someone finishes the course. You may want to have one, for example, as a testimonial request, asking for testimonials and following up with people after they finish the course or after they've purchased a course to let you know about not only their experience, but more importantly, get permission to use those testimonials as something in your other marketing material. But these are things, email sequence set out. You don't have to actually go and phone them or talk to them or send them an individual email. Get an automated template put up that allows you to do that. Affiliate program invitations. One of the word of mouth selling is obviously one of the best ways to do it. Have a series that says, hey, by the way, do you want to sign up for the affiliate program? One of the things that we do, for example, is if someone signs up to our community, they're automatically an affiliate. They don't even have to apply. We can just send a series of emails that says, hey, you're an affiliate, tell your friends, and we can send you make sure that you get a little bit of a referral fee for anyone that you send that signs up. You may have an early bird offer. The person I was working with today is doing an early bird offer for people just starting out. So they have a sequence that's unique for people that are either potentially early bird customers or people that you want testimonials from, but have a set series of templates available for them. What about, for example, if you have a wait list? Sometimes I've talked about having courses that actually aren't finished. In fact, they've only got 1 or 2 or 3 lessons of maybe a 10-lesson course, but you want to do these early ones and stay 1 week ahead of people. You may want to have one that nurtures people that aren't yet in that process and say, hey, the finished course is coming soon. What are the emails or a series of emails that are set as a template that you can just plug and play and turn those ones on? Seasonal promotionals, don't forget, at least here in Canada, we've got 4 seasons that are pretty distinct. So there's weather seasons, but there's also things, for example, as days of the year, for example, that have specific Easter sales or back to school specials or things like that. Have a set sequence put together or templated emails that you can use to follow those ones. Survey ones. You want to have surveys that are available not only to get next steps for people as what they want to have happen, or maybe stuff that was missing. Create a series or templates of emails that do that for you so that you can easily plug and play them into. Content upgrade deliveries. So if you have additional ways or content that you're including over and above the content that's online in the course, maybe you have physical products that go that. Maybe you have physical media that you send. Maybe you have other products or services that you want to send. Offer those in a sequence or have those set up ahead of time. You want to have ones for free trial conversions. If someone is doing a trial, maybe do a membership site, or they're doing a 7-day trial for a course, You want to have a set sequence that promotes those, but also goes to them as follow-up after the fact. So create a series of templates there. What about course renewal ones? If you have yearly access to a course, you want to start following up or have a series of templates after the fact that the month before it expires, you're going to get some emails reminding them, hey, it expires. Here's some reasons that we've actually, or changes we've made that actually are an enticement or an offer to get them to sign up for the next or upcoming year. Referral programs, post-purchases. So if you have a series of products and services, it's not an upsell that happens at the point when you first get started, but maybe it's a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later. It's a series of emails, and you have a template that's built out that allows you to automatically follow up with those. So how does this work in practice? Those are 20 things I just went through. Start with 1 or 2 or 3 of them, but you understand, get a template. Don't reinvent this every time you do a course. Put a sequence together, save the sequence, have it as a template that you can add the products or services, the couple of features or benefits that are there. And every time you create a product, a free video, a lead magnet, any of these things, you want to automate them and have them available in your quiver of all of the tools to do the automated selling for you. Email is so important, will always be important, always has been important. It's the easiest way to reach out and touch people and get directly to them, irrespective of what sites they visit, of what ads they see online, but what social media they follow up on. This is a one-to-one communication that's personal to them. And if you use these templates, it gives you instant access in a personal way directly to communicate with them. I'm going to show you a couple other things here just so that you, there's actually my teleprompter screen in the bottom. We'll do another video on that one in the past, but this is how this works, for example. Here's ActiveCampaign. We're a reseller for ActiveCampaign, and you can actually create these automations or email templates. And here's some ones that they kind of just start off with. So here's one with an e-course, a mini course offer, and this is a set template for that. There we go. And this is an automation that you can just fill in, and the email templates are here. So when does someone start? And they fill in a form, for example. They get an email right away. They wait until conditions are met. So in this case, it's if they click the link in the email, it goes and sends them another email. Did they click on it? It goes and sends them another mail. But this is a set automation. It's once, set, and forget. You don't have to do this manually. You don't have to waste your time trying to figure out what to say each time. You're going to have an absolute process in place that automates that entire sale. Same thing for the other one that we use is one called Fluent CRM. This is directly on the WordPress site. And this one, for example, fires when someone has a tag, and I'll get to that in a second. It applies them to a list, implies another tag, and then it sets a sequence or a template to people. These are all easy ways to completely automate your sales process, but you're going to have these templates in place during and before you actually create your course and launch your course. So I'm going to leave that for now today, but I want you just to think of something in the back of your mind. How do you make sure that the right people are getting these messages at the right time? And that is called tagging. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how you use tags in CRMs like ActiveCampaign or Fluent CRM that allows you to know where people are in the sales process and send them one of those 20 templates at the right time for them to actually learn. So I hope you just open up your mind a little bit about some of these sequences and templates that you can use, and how more importantly, these are things that you can use to automate your entire sales process. Don't forget about these. It's not just about the course, your campus blueprint, that map. This is one of the key parts to it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Put your comments below if there's anything of interest to you. And of course, make sure to visit trainingsites.io. And in one of the next videos, I'll show you how this tagging works and how you can use it to completely blow your sales off the roof without you having to follow up with people and be overly involved with your sales process. Take care and expect the best.